Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is a KV-3. It's a Tier 7 Soviet heavy tank located on the south spawn of Pilsen. This one's under the command of blacky3443. Now, KV-3 is a KV series tank. It was an upgrade of the KV-1, but it never got put into production because after making two different types of prototype, the KV-222 and the T-150, they decided that they were going to go with the IS series of tanks instead. Now it's got a 122mm gun capable of doing 390 alpha, which is pretty good for this tier. You can see it'll penetrate 175mm of armor with standard ammo. With the APCR, it goes through 217. It's got good all-round armor and fairly high alpha for that 122mm gun. He fired a round at the enemy through the factory, but obviously he wasn't expecting to get anything. It's got fairly poor dispersion, this gun, and well, fairly poor aim as well. It takes forever to aim at the enemy. Okay, first target's a P43 Biz. We're dialing in, takes some time, but he gets a high roll, 405 hit points. No, he's pulled back. He knows that there's a 122mm shell coming for him. So he's just decided to hover at the back there, in cover. And, oh, another target, that's better. Another high roll for 403. Yeah, the opposition does have a T-29. Yeah, we just got hit by him. And that is probably the best Tier 7 heavy tank. But it's still vulnerable. Look at that, 377 hit points of damage. A low roll on the T-29, but we got hit by the Hummel. A direct hit cost us 257. We know he's in the corner behind the bushes in grid square A1. If we stay in this position, he's going to get hit again. And oh, what's happening here? Well, that's an Su-152. That's the Soviet Tier 7 tank destroyer. Well, he's decided to push, and well, that is not working out so well for him because he's getting shredded by the enemy KV T-3443. But we did get a kill. We took out the Super Hellcat. Now, can you get a shot on this? The gun depression is pretty poor actually, but it's still 7 degrees, and that's actually good if you're comparing it to other KV tanks. Russian gun depression is normally only about 5 degrees. Oh, nice one! 364. Low roll though. Did get a direct hit. Oh, Arty, yep. He couldn't get us because that big structure of metal between us or above us actually saved us. T-29 unfortunately went round the corner, so obviously made his side vulnerable. He got a high roll for 391. He's going to try it again. That's better. Oh, but only hit the tracks. Unfortunately, we lost our BK-2801-105 because the T-29 just turned his turret and wiped him out. He's got the 105mm gun, but he can't pen us, and we put another one into him, a low roll this time. And this time round, Blacky earns 20% of the enemy hit pool, so he might have a high caliber. You can see where one of the Arty rounds struck us is on the engine deck. So there might be a high caliber. No, couldn't get the P43 Biz there. Again, that poor accuracy. It's got very high dispersion. That's the problem really. The shells tend to wander. Yeah, it wandered again. Okay, we've got another VK-2801. He's decided to go forward. The enemy T29 has been taken out. It was taken out by our 88. Unfortunately, we just lost our KV-1 though. So, we're pushing. I think he's going to drive over there and see if he can take out that P43 biz. But there is that T3485 to deal with. Oh, not anymore. He's gone. Okay, so now he can take out this guy. He's auto-aimed. But he blocked the armor because, blocked the shot because he's got very good armor. And there goes the other P43 biz. He did unfortunately take one shot through the side. The 88's going in. He kills the other P43 and now we're up against the T1 Heavy. Now he can punch through the frontal armor of a T1 because the 122mm gun's got enough punch to do it. But he doesn't want to get hit by that 76mm gun too often because it could cost him a lot. And there's a kill shot. So 3 kills now for Blacky. Well, the enemy's capping. And we're getting struck in the side by a VK3601H. Looks like whoever was in the caps decided not to stay there for very long. There he is, T67's making its way towards our M10 RBFM. Okay, just around the corner we've got a T64. And of course we can get a shot on that BK3601. Oh, it's actually 3001H, not a 3601H. Okay, T64 dies first. He's got a fast firing 76mm gun, so we need to take him out. And next one is the VK3001H. Just wait for the reload. There we go. And he pumps one in, but he can't pen our armor. And this is where he dies. Fire over the top. There you go. No problem. Oh, we're still reloading, but the M2Y is not looking at us. And that was a big mistake. And he takes the low roll for 375, but he's now one shot. And he's out the game. There's only 2 left on the enemy team. They're Arty and the M10 RBFM, who's just around the corner from us. He's got 5 kills already, Blacky. If he can get another one, he ends up with a top gun. It's got to be worth it. And there he is, in the open, and you're toast. Oh! Got a low roll. Well, he got a high roll, actually, but he didn't get the kill shot. But he will this time. He's auto-aimed on. Makes it easier. Let it settle, and... yes! Top gun! There's only one enemy left. It's that Hummel. The guy kept punching a hole on our engine deck. You can see that hole if I pull back. Oh, it's not there anymore. There was a hole on the engine deck, but he's now trying to motor across the grid square A1 because that's where the Hummel was last located. There's only 4 left on our team, and the M44's decided to move forward. In fact, I think he's going for the Hummel as well. You can see that Blacky knows where the enemy is, and there's the Hummel. In fact, actually, he wasn't in grid square A1. He decided to move, but he can still get a kill. Oh, that bad dispersion let him down again. And it looks like the M44 tried a shot as well and failed. He's still 100%. That's better. He still had bad dispersion on that shot, but he got him in the end, and that's the end of the game. So well done to Blacky. Here's the end of battle stats, and that was an ace tanker game for blacky3443 in the KV-3. He managed to get a Reaper for getting at least consecutive shots, killing 3 enemy tanks with 1 shot apiece. And he also managed to get a Fire for Effect for doing more damage to the hit points of his own vehicle, a Shellproof for blocking more damage to the hit points of his own vehicle, a Duelist for taking down 2 enemy tanks that damaged him, a Bruiser Medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. In this one he managed to get 7. He also got a Hand of God for surviving the battle, having received damage from 4 different enemy tanks, a High Caliber for dealing the most damage in the game, a Top Gun for getting at least 6 kills. He ended up with 7, 1 short of getting a Radley's, and a steel wall for blocking the most damage in the game, at least 11 shots, and of course surviving the battle. His win rate was very high, 12,332. Yes, super unicum and quite a bit more. Let's have a look at the team score. Well, there he is, right at the top of the table with 4,867. The next highest scorer in the game was the T29 on his own team, who got 1,572, and he got a cool headed in that game. The next highest scorer in the game was the P43 Biz, or one of them, on the enemy team with 1,519. When it came to kills, Blacky got that one as well. 7 kills for him, 4 kills for the 88. And there was the next highest scorer was the M10, the T29, and the Type 64 on the enemy team. When it came to base XP, he's got that one as well. So he's got the top in all 3 columns. 1,649, an emphatic win. In fact, twice as much as the next highest scorer, which was the 88 with only 801 and 769 for the M10 RBFM. He fired 21 shots in that game, got 17 direct hits, 16 penetrations. Very good penetration with that gun. 4,867 hit points of damage, of which 335 were at more than 300 meters. 17 hits received from the enemy, only 5 of which actually penetrated, 10 non-penetrations, and 2 hits by way of splash damage. Those were the shots that came from the Hummel. 1,795 hit points of damage blocked by armor. 10 enemy vehicles were damaged, 7 were killed, 93 hit points of damage assistance. He earned 74,315 credits from the game, 37,157 from personal reserves, 111,472 altogether, and after repair, ammunition, resupply and consumables took away a profit of 76,926 credits. 2,473 XP, 1,237 for mission completion, took away 3,710 experience points altogether. So a really good game in the KV-3. It does actually help to be top tier in this tank, because if you are up against tier 8, tier 9 tanks, you are going to take a lot of hits and a lot of damage. The armor doesn't work very well against tier 8s and tier 9s, but against the tier 5s and tier 6s, this tank is very, very good indeed. In fact, as you saw in that game, it can even hold its own against the T29, the best tier 7 heavy tank. So I hope you enjoyed that game. If you did, please give this video a like. Do subscribe to our channel. Leave a little comment down below because it feeds the algorithm. And thank you for watching.